The Department of Justice defines stalking as engaging in a course of conduct directed at a specific person that would cause a reasonable person to fear for his or her safety or the safety of others, or suffered substantial emotional distress. Oxford Dictionary defines harassment as aggressive pressure or intimidation. There are 3 types of harassment: verbal, visual, and physical. And today, dear viewers, I'd argue that Vivian Medrano has suffered all of these actions from mainly 2 specific individuals that I'll be discussing today. They will not be named, they will not be shown. All you need to know is that I have done a lot of research into the situation, and if you trust me, trust that everything I'm about to say to you is true. And the reason why I will not be providing receipts or naming any names is because a while ago, when the situation was first brought to me, just randomly scrolling through Twitter, I retweeted a post. The post I retweeted had everyone's names blurred and hidden. All you knew from the post, I believe, was that it was on Tumblr. And from my retweet, people who saw what I said about it were able to find that specific post. And the reason why I bring this up is because that post had information about Vivian's family. Let me ask you, did you know Vivziepop had siblings? I didn't. The post I retweeted had the information of where her siblings went to school and where they worked. That is the level of degeneracy we have at play. The 2 people I want to talk about today would only be referred to as Stalker 1 and Stalker 2. Stalker 1 has a more colorful history. Their information is more documented. But I'd argue Stalker 2 is more dangerous because Stalker 2 has actually been within 15 feet of Vivziepop. And I don't even think she knew that. The first stalker is your typical internet troll. They don't like the show, they don't like what's going on. Apparently, the reason why they descended into this level of insanity is because of a ship. They didn't like how Vivziepop wrote Stolas and Blitz relationship. They didn't like the direction it was going in. And then they went down the hate rabbit hole and continued to descend and descend and descend and just never climbed back out. They tried to drag people down with them. Hey, the show is bad. Hey, why are you liking this? And the more people that didn't agree with their takes or thought that they went too far, the more fire was fueling them to hate Vivziepop. The more they felt they needed to find their kind. And they dedicated their whole page to just hating her, stalking her, finding anybody who knew her, anybody who works on the show, try to get in with them and try to leech information to leak because they felt like the show isn't worth it. The show is crap. Why do you like this? There's a phenomenon that has been recently been coined thanks to the internet, where you know how parasocialism is when you parasocially like a creator. Back in the day, it was Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all these YouTubers that were really idolized. Now, there's a new form cropping up called parasocial hatred. And no other creator has had the brunt of it as much as Vivziepop. There are a lot of cartoon creators behind the scenes, you have no idea, who actually hate this woman. And other creators are having to sit down and almost do an intervention like, why though? And when you find the root of it, yeah, it's probably 1 or 2 things that she's done that you don't like. People do that all the time. Hell, I can name 10 celebrities in Hollywood that I'd punch in the face if I had the chance to. But I don't keep up with their lives. But Vivziepop's popularity with her shows constantly being in people's faces makes these creators vehemently angry because they can't get away from it. Because the dark side of YouTube is you have to talk about what's popular to make money. You can talk about irrelevant things, nobody's stopping you, but those irrelevant things won't get views. But they want to get views, so they want to talk about Vivziepop, but they can't talk about her positively. And hey, what do you know? Negativity sells. So this individual has a never-ending stream where they can feed misinformation to YouTubers already on the precipice of wanting to strangle a woman who made the crime of making demons gay. We need to remember that all this hatred and toxicity is because of 2D animated characters that do not exist in our fabric of reality. They can claim that Spindle Horse has terrible working conditions. So does Amazon. Their workers are so overworked they can't even find the space to piss. They have to do it in a bottle and throw it in residential districts. That's how bad that is. But they don't care about that. When shows like Invincible and Vox Machina dropped, nobody was hating the creators for working with Amazon. But when Hazbin Hotel was announced on Amazon, suddenly all the crimes of Amazon fell on Vivziepop's shoulder because everyone looks for an excuse to hate. The crimes of Stalker 1 are 3 main things. Number 1, they've doxed Vivziepop, as I've explained at the start of the video. You go on their page, I'm pretty sure they know where Vivziepop lives. They've tried to hint and drop information about it here and there in nuggets, but they know they can't get away with actually dropping the main information. But they've dropped as much as they can. Their siblings, what university their siblings go to, where their siblings work. Insane shit. They've leaked the show. Before the show aired, people will be saying, oh, I want to watch the show, I don't know where to watch it, and they say, hey, here's this link, at least a few days before the official show dropped. And they try and argue, hey, I'm just helping the popularity of the show. No, bitch. No, you're not tricking anybody. There's also another allegation where they sexually harassed someone, but I don't even know how to start explaining it to you without also bringing to light the situation of the person that's being sexually harassed, because that person also gave me their information and what's happening, but I genuinely don't want to cause them more stress and strife. So just know that this person who doesn't like Vivziepop Stalker 1 is harassing somebody else with sexual information, content of a sexual nature, them and their family, because they committed the crime of not agreeing with their sentiments of Hazbin Hotel, which all stems from a ship. Again, they didn't like Stolet's, how Stolet's was being portrayed. But I've rambled on long enough on Stalker 1. Let's get to the other stalker that was actually present in the same vicinity as Vivziepop, because that was what scared me so much to make me want to make this video. This person, Stalker 2, is also a friend of Stalker 1. These people, misery loves company. Shit people always find a way. They're like magnets. They gravitate towards each other. Stalker 2 jumped in their car and drove 2 to 3 hours to the premiere of Hazbin Hotel. If you remember, there was a whole fanfare. People were celebrating on Twitter. There were so many pictures, well, even Instagram. And apparently, at that event, they sold tickets or something. But at that event, one person was not there for celebratory reasons. They were there, and I quote, to keep an eye on Vivziepop. I'm sorry, what? The insanity to go to an event held in all essence for Vivziepop, for her show. You went there to quote unquote keep an eye on her, like she is the danger here. I don't know if people understand how freaked out I am, because let's not forget, this whole thing happened in America, the country where you can buy a weapon for $25 with a mental illness. I think a lot of people have forgotten the Christina situation. Christina Grimmie, I hope I pronounced her name correctly. the YouTuber who was at a meet and greet autograph signing, a fan walked up to her. She opened her arms to hug him, as you would do with the fan who has come to meet you. And the fan pulled out a gun and shot 3 shots into her at point blank range. That incident happened when I first became a YouTuber, and it has stuck with me it never leaves me. I always think of that situation because you never know, you know? And this individual that was there, a moment of celebration could have turned into another tragedy that could have been avoided. Goddamn, it's so scary to think about. And the people there did not know that there was a dangerous individual in the premises. And this individual is friends with somebody else who knows the location of where her family works. I do not understand what happens in your brain to make you not only vehemently hate someone, but also by extension hate their family. If you can actually leave the comfort of your home and get on a journey, bitch, 3 hours is cross country. In Europe, you can cross 2 countries in that span of time. You took that journey to go to a location for somebody you despise in the name of keeping an eye on them. What? Oh God, I need to calm down. I'm actually shaking. The leap to actually do something dangerous from there is not far. These people need to be stopped, and not to leak anything, because as I said, a lot of shit happened behind the scenes between me posting a tweet where I just said, hey, I want to talk about this to now. But a lot is happening behind the scenes to make sure these people are stopped. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But to wrap up this shitty cake with an even shittier cherry on top, Stalker 1 is currently using the death of a fan to further incite harassment of Vivziepop. Yes, you heard that correctly. Apparently, in the fandom, Husker Dust fans, that is people who ship Husk and Angel Dust, I have had very terrible run-ins with them. For every video I make with Alistair and Angel, or Alistair and Lucifer, these people come out in hordes and droves. I've had to delete so many comments of people being so unhinged. Apparently, those people have gone after an individual, and that person has claimed their own life, unfortunately. And as much as I like to be a cynic on the internet and don't believe anything that happens on here, somebody could have just deleted their profile and or logged offline just to spite those people. I wouldn't blame them. But the information that's being presented is that this person is no longer with us, thanks to the actions of unhinged shippers, which is a conversation for another day. But now Stalker 1 is saying Vivziepop is in direct response or responsible for the actions of these people. We do not hold politicians accountable for when they massacre people of other countries, of other nations, of other nationalities. Several tribes in the Middle East have been wiped off the face of the earth. Bloodlines no longer exist, but we don't blame the politicians pushing the buttons. But somebody drew lines on a piece of paper and uploaded it online. Yeah, that's the that person is responsible for the death of someone, because somebody who liked her stick figures decided to attack and harass. I hate some people right now. I feel genuine rage and anger, and I do not like that emotion. So I'm gonna take a breath. I'm actually getting dizzy, and just calm down. And I hope the information I've presented to you will make you more cautious to the people you interact with. The people in the Hazbin and Helluva community know who I'm talking about. They know Stalker A and Stalker B, even though I haven't said their names. They know who it is. I have been contacted by people from these sides to either maybe try and sway me or talk to me, but it fell through. It never came to fruition. So I was actually willing to talk to the other side. But who knows, maybe it was a stalling tactic, because as I waited, nothing happened. I have been told that I've been given vague threats because of this video, and I've been advised not to make it or my YouTube career will be in jeopardy, which I'd have to have a successful career for it to be in jeopardy in the first place. But you know, this is not a funny video. I shouldn't be making jokes. I have no sense of self-preservation. Let's leave it at that. And yeah, this was a very different video. I've stressed over this. I've rewritten this so many times. I've prayed because of this, and the information I've been given. I had to cut so many things out of this video because not only are some things not verifiable, some things I literally cannot put on this platform for everyone's sake, you know? And I hope to God I don't have to make a follow-up video. The idea of even posting my usual content after this feels weird, but I just had to put this out there and just get it out of my system. Just know I've warned who I need to warn. And to the people who want names, you do not need names. If you genuinely go, oh, I want the names, I want to go look this up for myself, you're not after Vivziepop's safety, you're after gossip. You're after the tea. And for once, I'm not gonna give it to you. No, you cannot have it. Go away. Go get it from someone else. But that's enough being serious from me. I will take my leave. I hope you have a great day. Be safe. Contact the people important to you and let them know you love them, because you never know when a lunatic can actually take them away from you, and that is really scary. But thank you to everyone for clicking, for watching this far. Even if you're on the other side, as you've said that you watch my content, I appreciate you listening to this, but I doubt my words would change your mind. If they do, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm gonna be so happy. If these stalkers would stop posting or leaking information, if they just stopped harassing Vivziepop, I'm willing to never upload another Hazbin Hotel video on my channel. But I just know that's not gonna happen. Y'all are set in your ways, and the only thing we can do is push you to a corner and just pretend you don't exist, or hope you have another fixation, which is not hatred. Like get obsessed with ducks like Lucifer is, or just find something to do. I know y'all like to say, oh, I have a job, I have a life, I have a this, I have a that. I don't believe you, bestie. I really pray for you, honestly. This is just sad. But yeah, that's gonna be for me, folks. Thanks so much for clicking to watch. Thank you to my Patreons. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do all the things. And about with that being said, this is TVC. Mwah. Signing out.